As the black bitch that you are on television, that was an unfortunate pause, wasn't it? Probably sent a couple of viewers over backwards in their chair.
It's closer to the truth than I care to deal with at this moment.
I think, did you actually coin that phrase about the part? Did you say, I'm happy to be the first black bitch on television?
Oh, I want to be the first black bitch on television, I said. You know why I came up with that, really? Because after Julia, I was offered every nice role that was ever written for any non-white human being.
You must have felt after Julia that the Sound of Music would have seemed controversial.
That's the only, if I had had blonde hair, I would have done it. That's the only thing I was... And then we go from one extreme to the other in our profession, and that is that you're offered the hooker. Oh, you're so wonderful and good and nice and upstanding and a wonderful parent and a part of the community that you begin to believe, guess who's coming to dinner.
That's right. You said there were those two extremes for the black actress: the mother who solves everyone's problems.
That's right.
Is better than great, good, too good to be true, and whatever. And the apple juice is getting to my tongue.
Isn't that nice?
I don't know what it is.
It's nice.
Thickening.
It relaxes.
Or the hooker.
Yes, and I thought it would be fascinating for audiences all over the world to see a woman who really is not necessarily cruel, but certainly business-oriented, money-oriented, ruthless, bit sophisticated in her ruthlessness, and not the kind of character that we've seen third-world people play. And that's what I was hoping to get with Dominique, and I think that's what everyone is hoping that we'll accomplish through this role.
Should anyone from another planet be watching? We're talking about the role of Dominique
on Dynasty.
On Dynasty, of course. At what point in the future will trivia experts be saying what was the first year that in a soap opera we saw a black and white couple in bed together?
Has that been done on television yet?
I don't think so. In fact, there was talk, of course, when you joined the cast, that perhaps this would be the time when that might happen.
Well, you know, in life, of course, it has never happened. You know, those things just never happen.
All right-thinking people know that.
We know that. It's just out of the question that anything like that would have ever taken place. But of course, we can do it on television because it's the fantasy attached to television.
It's ironic, isn't it?
But it is, yeah.
It's all right in life, but don't try putting it on TV, because then it's evil. I just thought of something. You're hiding something from me. I'll bet there's a script coming up in which this happens and you're not allowed to say. Is this possible?
It is possible.
Of course, that's what you'd say, whether it were true or not true, isn't it? So there's no way to know.
No.
Did you base your Dominique on any particular bitch friend of yours?
Several. Yes.
Have they recognized themselves?
Well, from time to time I get phone calls. I do. I receive phone calls that I'm chastised. But I also base Dominique on the men that I've known.
So.
I think
men with feminine traits.
Not necessarily, but certainly the need for power. I've dealt with some men who cared not at all for their families or if their children loved them, and I think that is part of what I've incorporated into Dominique. I mean, if she does have children, if she's going to be exposed as a mother, we most certainly are aware of the fact by now that she does not have a deep involvement with her children.
Yeah. It's interesting that you've drawn on masculine, well, maybe not masculine traits, but specific men you know. I guess,
yes, there are several in my business who really, they don't have the problems saying that this is true of their feelings. Women have enormous difficulty with that, saying that if I don't see my children for another year, it's all right. American women have terrible problems with that.
Erica Jong said somewhere once, all my friends who have children wish they didn't, and all those who do don't wish they did. And
I'm sure that's true.
Interesting point.
Yeah.
Whatever you don't have is right somehow. I hate to be obsessed with color with those friends of mine who happen to be of a dusky hue, as they used to put it. It just occurred to me, driving over here today, and I was talking to Sammy Davis Jr. too, does every black remember the first time in his life when he realized he was black and it was a problem?
I doubt that, seriously. It's the same as being short.
Yeah, is there
I don't
one
think every
outstanding incident
short
where you
person
suddenly thought,
remembers when someone said to them, "You are short."
Mhm.
And I don't think every tall person remembers when someone came along and said, maybe if Kareem...
You're not using me as an example of
I was
anything
thinking
here, are you?
of
When you,
Kareem Jabbar. Would you get off that pillow? You
when you, no, it is to
But I
me.
did
That's an
deliver that. It
interesting
was
point.
nice and dry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite clever.
It was good. But Kareem, I would think now.
Oh, well,
that I think you live your entire life with people going, "Oh, you are tall."
Yeah, and no jury would convict him if he murdered the next person who says, "How's the
it
weather
to
up
him,
there?"
I think, and each time
Yeah.
I shake his hand, I think if you say one word about his height, there's another wonderful friend of mine whose name is Roscoe Lee Brown.
I don't care about that. We have to cut you off. We have a commercial now.
Christ.